Today on Rappler. A magnitude 6.8 earthquake hits Davao Occidental and parts of Mindanao. The police say killers of 2 passengers inside a bus were hired gunmen. The Philippines and the US sign a landmark nuclear deal. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says attempts to minimize civilian casualties in Gaza were not successful. TikTok bans videos containing Al-Qaeda leader Osama Bin Laden's 2002 letter. Rio's Christ the Redeemer dons a Welcome to Brazil t-shirt for Taylor Swift. And Michelle D spotlights Philippine tourism in her Miss Universe 2023 national costume. A magnitude 6.8 earthquake rocks Davao Occidental and other parts of Mindanao on Friday afternoon, November 17. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology says the earthquake struck Sarangani, Davao Occidental, at a depth of 10 kilometers at 4:14 p.m. PHIVOLCS adds damage and aftershocks are expected, but there is no tsunami threat. It earlier said it was a magnitude 7.2 earthquake, but later downgraded it to magnitude 6.8. The chief of the Office of Civil Defense in Davao Region said the entire Davao Occidental had a power outage following the tremor. The Civil Defense Office says all local government units in the Davao region continue to monitor and assess the extent of the quake damage. Follow Rappler for more updates. Authorities suspect the men who shot and killed 2 passengers inside a bus in Nueva Ecija on Wednesday, November 15, were hired gunmen. The Caranglan Nueva Ecija police chief says investigators are looking into one group of hired guns and monitoring their movements. The victims, live-in partners, were identified as a 60-year-old female from Cauayan City and a 55-year-old male from Coronadal. The shooting horrified many as a video clip of the attack, captured by the bus's dashboard camera, quickly spread on social media. The police have yet to identify the gunmen. Meanwhile, on Friday, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board issued a show-cause order to Victory Liner for its alleged failure to provide safe, adequate, comfortable, and dependable land public transportation. The United States and the Philippines sign a landmark deal that would allow Washington to export nuclear technology and material to Manila. Manila is exploring the use of nuclear power to decarbonize and boost energy independence.
We see nuclear energy becoming a part of the Philippine energy mix by 2032, and we would be more than happy to pursue this path with the United States.
Negotiations for the deal or the 123 agreement started in November 2022. U.S. Congress needs to approve the deal, which will allow a peaceful transfer of nuclear material, equipment, and information. The Philippines wants to tap nuclear power as a viable alternative power source, as it seeks to retire coal plants for environmental reasons. President Marcos had discussed the possibility of reviving the Bataan nuclear power plant, a project of his father, late dictator Ferdinand E. Marcos, which was eventually mothballed. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tells U.S. media Israel's attempts to minimize civilian casualties were, quote, not successful. This after being asked whether Israel's killing of thousands of Palestinians would fuel hatred in a new generation. The Israeli military says it is close to destroying Hamas's military system in the northern Gaza Strip, adding its soldiers found a tunnel shaft used by Hamas in Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital. Hamas says the claims it uses the hospital for military purposes is a, quote, repetition of a blatantly false narrative. The 2 telecoms companies in Gaza say all services in the territory were down as energy supplies had run out. As of Monday, November 13, Gaza's health ministry says more than 11,000 people have been confirmed killed, around 40% of them children, while Israel says around 1,200 people died and 240 were dragged to Gaza as hostages. Short video app TikTok says it will prohibit content promoting Osama Bin Laden's 2002 letter detailing his justifications for attacks against Americans. Discussions of the letter have spread on the platform this week in the context of debate over the Israel-Hamas war. The letter was written after Al-Qaeda's attack on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon that killed nearly 3,000 people. TikTok says content promoting the letter clearly violates its rules on supporting any form of terrorism. A search for a letter to America on TikTok yields no results, with a notice saying the phrase may be associated with content that violates our guidelines. The iconic Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro welcomes superstar Taylor Swift to town ahead of her first set of concerts in Brazil. The statue, known for its spread-open arms, dons a white projected Welcome to Brazil t-shirt to greet the singer. The t-shirt design is a nod to Taylor's Junior Jewel shirt featured in the 2009 You Belong With Me music video. Taylor brings her Eras tour to Brazil for concerts that have been a long time coming, after the pandemic caused the artist to cancel her previous dates in the country. The Christ the Redeemer Archdiocesan Sanctuary, which manages the monument, accepted Taylor's fans' request to decorate the statue. It asked for donations from the Swifties in return. Miss Universe 2023 Michelle D pulls out all the stops in her aviator-themed national costume at the Miss Universe 2023 competition. The beauty queen walks the stage on Friday, November 17 and posts snaps of what she describes as the amazing creation of artist Michael Barassi. In an Instagram post, Michelle says the concept, quote, aims to promote tourism in the country. Michelle dons airplane-like wings with colors of the Philippine flag with an intricate mural of the Philippines' best sights on the back. It also carries the controversial Philippine tourism slogan, #LoveThePhilippines. Michelle recently stunned onlookers at the 72nd Miss Universe's preliminary competition. The coronation night is set for the morning of November 19 Manila time. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Liu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.